for this call today. My name is Tammy. I'm a partner sales manager here at Jazz HR. I've been with the company for about 4 years now, and I work with many of our franchise businesses. Okay, so let me just share my screen here. All right, great. So can everyone see my screen? Okay, so for today's call, I'd like to start with just a few quick slides to provide an overview of Jazz HR. Then I'll take you into a demo of the platform, walk you through the functionality, and then we can open it up for questions. Okay, so a little background on Jazz HR. Our company and software have been around for over 20 years now. We have over 10,000 customers in all industries. Many of them are small businesses or franchises. Let's see here. Sorry about that. Here we go. Okay. So Jazz HR's applicant tracking software helps you automate your hiring process. It's built to help your team be more efficient and give job seekers a good candidate experience. We help you maximize candidate flow by getting your jobs out to over a dozen free job boards like Indeed, ZipRecruiter, LinkedIn. You can also share on your social media pages, and we help you track candidate referrals. It's a user-friendly platform that is mobile enabled, so candidates can easily apply from their mobile device. We also help you eliminate manual processes that typically involve spreadsheets and different systems. To get the best hires, we help you with candidate screening. We do this through custom questions that you can create, knockout questions. We can help you auto-reject candidates based on their response. Your hiring team's hiring tasks are automated so that your team can focus on other things. You also get lots of reporting and metrics. Jazz HR supports all industries and many franchises, especially in the healthcare and senior living space. For example, Comfort Keepers and Visiting Angels, there are a couple franchises that have used us for years now. Okay. We offer flexible rates. So here are our plans, which include discounted rates for effective pricing solutions. Okay, they're flexible options. You can sign up for the year with us, or you can go month to month without any commitment. Okay. So why choose Jazz HR? Businesses use us because it's a easy user interface. We help you cast a wide net to reach job seekers. It's an easy apply process for candidates. Your team gets the automation that they need so they aren't spending time on manual work. We also offer onboarding and an award-winning support team. So we have over a 98% retention rate. The system is quick to set up as well. You can sign up for an account and get a job posted right away. We have flexible subscription options, including an option to hibernate when you are not hiring. Okay. And Jamie Freed is actually the franchise specialist that Arnav has been working with. I don't think she can make the call today, but she's the main contact. Okay. So I am going to jump into the demo now. Okay. Can you all see my dashboard? This is what Jazz HR looks like. This is the landing page when you log into your account. You get a quick view of recruitment. You can see what your open jobs are, how many candidates have come in. Okay. So before posting any jobs, I'm going to go up here to settings. This is where you can do some background work, like create your templates for emails, create some automation. Okay. So templates, and I'm in settings now. I want to start by talking about questionnaires. Questionnaires are going to help you with candidate screening. So for example, these questions can be part of the job posting when they apply to your job, when they see the posting. You can set up different questions for different roles. So as an example, you can come in here and put in all your custom questions. Do you have healthcare experience? Do you have certain certification? Any questions like that? You can make it a knockout question. Okay, if you want to auto reject candidates based on their response, this is the knockout question will help you do that. It puts the candidate in a different folder, so it saves you on screening time, and then a rejection email can automatically go out. Okay. Interview guides. Interview guides are internal only. You create interview guides for your hiring team to keep them organized and consistent. So you can create them for different roles. For example, maybe for one of your positions, these are the questions you want your hiring team to ask candidates. Okay, you come in here and create your questions. During the phone screen or after the interview, your hiring team can type in the response from the candidate, save those interview notes, and then share them among the team. Okay, move away from pen and paper. Evaluations. This is internal as well. You create evaluations for your hiring team to evaluate and assess candidates. You can create them for different roles. So for example, maybe for one of your roles, these are your different assessment areas. You can give it different units of measure, different weight, so you can evaluate the candidate. Moving on to emails, you can create and store your email templates in here. Things like, thank you for applying, or let's schedule your phone screen. Once you create the email template, you can add it to a workflow stage or a hiring stage. So when you move a candidate to that stage, it automatically sends off that email. The Documents tab, if you want to send out documents to candidates, any types of documents like offer letters, onboarding forms, insurance forms, whatever you need to get out to them, you can upload into Jazz HR. Okay, we have an e-sign tool. We use Dropbox for this. So you drag and drop the fields you need completed, select the signature block, get the document out to the candidate. They can easily complete and sign on a mobile device, and that signed document will go back into the candidate profile. Okay. We also offer candidate texting. This is an add-on you can get with your plan. It's been really popular with our customers because it's a quick and convenient way to communicate with candidates. If you think about it, we tend to look at a text before we look at email, right? And if you are connecting on text and email, it increases the chances of you connecting with the candidate. So the way this would work is we give you a dedicated number and all the texting is done in Jazz HR. Okay. You can set up text message templates, things like thank you for applying or let's schedule your phone screen. So when you move them to a certain stage, it sends off that text, the text message. Okay. Moving on to workflows. So workflows are really your hiring stages, okay? You can create as many different custom workflows as you need. Once you create the workflow, you can add some automation. So for example, maybe for one of your roles, these are your hiring stages. Keep in mind, this is all customized by you. So however many stages you have, whatever the stages are called. For example, maybe new is when they apply, and then you probably have a phone screen and then an interview stage. So with each stage, once you've created your stages, you can add workflow helpers. This can be a task for a hiring manager to do something. Please review this candidate. It can be an email template that goes out to the candidate. Thank you for applying. When you get down to the phone screen stage, it could be a different email, and maybe you send out a text message as well. Okay. Down here at the offer stage, it makes sense to send out your e-signature document, your offer letter, or your onboarding form. Okay. Down here are your hire dispositions. So if you're going to bring the candidate on, what are the options? Are they going to be full-time, part-time, seasonal? You can create those different dispositions, and then you can add some workflow helpers here. So for example, if they're full-time, maybe they get one email. If they're part-time, they get a different email. Okay. Down here are those not hired dispositions. So if you're not hiring them, it's helpful to label why they're not hired. You can create these, the dispositions are up to you, but it makes sense to have a failed interview bucket, maybe a not qualified bucket, and then a good future hire bucket so that you can easily pull up those candidates for other roles. You can also add the appropriate workflow helper here as well. So if they fail the interview, they can get the appropriate rejection email. Okay. Moving on to the People tab here. With your Jazz HR subscription, you get unlimited users. Okay, you can easily add a user here. These are the different user roles. The user roles will determine their level of access. So if you assign them to be a super admin, they'll have access to everything. These other roles here are going to be more limited. Okay. Career page. We can also connect to the career page on your company website. Okay. It's very easy to set up. It's just a matter of taking this jobs widget, embed it in the code on your company website. This will connect Jazz HR to your website. So when you post your jobs in here, it'll automatically, the jobs will show up on your career page on your website. When candidates apply through there, they will funnel back into Jazz HR. Okay. If you don't have a career page set up yet, very easy. We can help you with that as well. You can do a custom layout, customize 100% of the career page, or you could do this quick responsive layout where you put in your brand colors, okay, and company logo, some company information, and you can quickly build a career page like this. Okay. All right, so that's it for settings. Now let's say we're ready to post a job. You can come over here to this job section, create a new job with this green button. I'm actually just going to edit a posting. Here we go. There's more to show you here. So this is what you'll fill out, okay? Pretty standard format. Your job title, employment type, experience level, okay? Workflow templates, we created that under settings. You can switch workflows here as well. Your job description, you can copy and paste that in there. Select your location fields, fill that in there. And then down here, free job syndication. This defaults to yes, meaning we'll automatically cast your jobs out to over a dozen different job boards. Okay. So I'll come over here to the Promote tab and we can look at the job boards. There's a paid side and a free side. Right now I'm on the paid side. If you want to upgrade and do paid postings, you can do that right here. So it's convenient to just buy an Indeed ad or a ZipRecruiter slot, LinkedIn postings. All the major job boards are here. Okay. Now, you don't have to pay for postings. If you switch over here to the free side, we will get you posted on these free job boards. Okay, so you'll get on Indeed, ZipRecruiter, LinkedIn. Okay, it just won't be a sponsored posting. Most of our customers do great with the free postings. Okay. Moving on to the application tab. So here is where you can select your application questions for this particular job. Here are commonly asked questions. What do you need from the candidate? A resume, maybe you want to confirm that they're authorized to work in the US, over 18. Check off what you need there. Down here are those custom screening questions. We created this under settings, but you can edit here as well. Again, if you have those knockout questions in place, if a candidate fails that question, you can decide where to auto reject them. So here, maybe it makes sense to auto reject them into not qualified and have a rejection email go out in a day or two. Okay, so all your candidates get a response. We talked about workflows already. You can, we did that under settings, but you can edit workflows here as well. The hiring team. So I mentioned you can have as many Jazz HR users as you need. Once you add them as a user, you can create hiring teams. Okay. This way, your hiring teams only see those jobs and candidates if they're involved in it. So if you have some, like a hiring team for your positions out in the field versus your administrative positions, you can have different teams for that, okay? The Refer tab, if you want to ask for candidate referrals or if you pay out a bonus for employee referrals, this is going to help you with that process. You can blast out an email from here, put in your employee email addresses or folks in your network, customize this email message. We create a special link here. This link allows candidates to apply through the link. It brings candidates back into Jazz HR, and then we can track who made referrals and how many of those referrals you actually hired. Okay. So that is it for the job posting. This is how the posting will appear when it's live on Indeed or ZipRecruiter. Okay, so it's going to be your brand colors and your logo, your application questions. If you have candidate texting, we need their consent, so we opt them in here. They can just uncheck the box if they want. Submit application brings your candidates back into Jazz HR. Okay. So whether they've applied from LinkedIn or Indeed or ZipRecruiter or your career page, they're all going to funnel back in here. Okay. So for example, let's look at this business development job. I can see I got 136 total candidates. Let's view a candidate. When they apply, this is what you will see. Here's an example. Okay, so your candidate location, you can see their contact information, the source that they came from. If this person was referred, we'd have the name of the referring person here. If this person applied to other jobs in your company, you'll see what other jobs they applied to and how far along they got. Okay. If you have texting, you can text them right here. Text them directly, and we'll save all those messages. We give you a dedicated number for this, so you're not exposing your personal phone number. Okay. And now the candidate profile. Did you ask them for a resume, a cover letter, special screening questions? All that information is here. Okay. Now, if this person is not a good fit and you want to reject them, you can reject them right away into one of these dispositions. If you're part of a hiring team, you can vote to reject or advance, and you can see how your team has voted here. If you're ready to move them on, you can place them into one of these other stages. Okay. Now let's say it's time to schedule an interview. You can come in here and a couple options for scheduling. Now we can sync up with your calendar system, whether it's Outlook or Google. Okay, you have a few options. Let's say you want to invite the candidate to self-schedule. So for self-scheduling, we use a tool called Calendly. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's very convenient and easy to use. You can get a free Calendly account integrated with Jazz HR. Okay. Now, if you want to invite them to self-schedule, this is what you can do. Let's say I want to have my interviewer, Sarah, speak with them. Oops. I can give her the interview guide questions if I've set that up, so my interviewer knows what to ask the candidate. Here's the email that's going to go out to the candidate. In the body of the email will be a Calendly link so they can self-schedule with Sarah. Okay, very convenient. Now, if you don't want to use the self-scheduling, maybe you happen to have this person on the phone and you want to pull up your calendar, you can do it this way. Give us a second to load here. This is loading my calendar. Okay, so here's my calendar right now, okay? Here are all my other Jazz HR users. Let's say I want to include Abby on this call, and I also want to include Ashley on the call. Okay, they're going to help me interview. Now we're looking at 3 calendars. We're going to make this easy to coordinate. It looks like this time slot works for all of us. So I'm going to pick this time, and Now I'm going to fill in my event details. Are we doing an on-site? Are we doing a video conference, Zoom or Teams link? You can include that. And my interviewers, I said, were Abby. And I also said Ashley. Okay, so adding them. Okay, and now everyone gets a meeting invitation. Abby and Ashley, my interviewers, will also get the candidate's resume, candidate's profile link, interview guide questions if that's available, and the candidate's LinkedIn URL if they have one. Okay. Candidate also gets a meeting invitation. They can add this to their calendar. So that's it for scheduling. Okay. Once I've scheduled my meeting, I can come in here and let's say it's time for the interview, right? I just hit launch and everything I need for my interview is right here at my fingertips. I can easily view the candidate's resume. Here are the job details I can go over with them. Excuse me. Here are my interview guide questions, so I know exactly what to ask them. I can type in the response from the candidate, rate the response. Here's a scratch pad for additional notes. Complete interview saves my notes on this candidate. Once I've saved my notes, I can share it with the team. So let's say Joe is on my hiring team. I can see that he met with this candidate already, and here are his notes. Okay. Here on the discussion tab, this is where you can post additional comments. So these comments can be shared with everyone or just certain folks, or it can be a private comment. Okay. Down here are the actions taken by your hiring team. So if your hiring team voted to advance them, you'll see that history. You also see if anyone voted to reject them. If there are interview notes, you can view that here as well. Okay, so everything is in one place for you, keeps you organized. On the email tab here, you can email your candidate, of course. You have access to the templates you created. And you also see all the email history between the hiring team and the candidate. The Documents tab, as I mentioned, if you have any documents you need to send out to candidates, offer letters, NDAs, onboarding forms, get all those documents imported in here. You can customize start dates and salary information, get that out to the candidate. They can fill it out and complete it, and that signed document will come back in here. Okay. So now this is one candidate. Now, if you want to look at all your candidates, you can come up here. This is a more holistic picture of all your candidates. Okay. Maybe you spoke to some good candidates in the past, and now you have some openings, and you want to find the candidates that you liked that you spoke to, a month or two ago. This is where you can run some searches, using these filters over here. Let's say I want to pull up all the folks that applied to this BDR job. And I'm going to further filter by workflow stage. Maybe I want to pull up people that I marked good future hire. I want to reach out to them about new opportunities. You can also filter by resume keywords. If you need certain languages or skills certifications, or maybe you want to find candidates that have worked for your competitor, you can put those keywords in there. Once you narrow down your candidates, you can select them, go over here to bulk action. We'll ask them all an email. Hi, we have this new opportunity. Would you be interested? Send them a text message, download their resumes. Okay. Finally, we have a reporting section over here. We have a lot of pre-built reports ready to go for you. One good report, this one's run pretty often, the quality or the source of the candidate. Okay, where are your candidates coming from? Which job board? This is going to break it down. So for this particular job, you can see how many came from LinkedIn versus your career page. I don't have a lot of data in here, but that's the idea. You'll see, how many came from Indeed or or referrals. You can see the number that applied all the way down to the number actually hired. Sometimes you get a lot of applies, but they don't transfer to hires. So that's useful information, right? Another good report is candidate pipeline. This is going to show you how long it could take to potentially backfill a position on average. So for this particular job, we break it down by workflow stage. How long does it take on average to get through phone screen versus interview versus the background check? So you can maybe uncover bottlenecks here, right? You can look at this and say, it looks like it takes a long time to get through phone screens. Can we shorten that somehow? Okay. So this is the overview. I'm going to stop now and open it up for questions or comments. There looks like there's some. Will we get in the chat here, will we receive a copy of the presentation? Yes, either Jamie or I will send you a copy of the presentation.
No questions as such. I think that the tool looks fantastic overall. It's easy to use, quite straightforward. And I guess the integration also, wherever possible, is again very straightforward. So I think, yeah, it's very well placed in the market, and Arnav, I think, has experience of using it firsthand, and his feedback has always been very positive about this. So yeah, good to see this demo. Thank you.
Excellent. Yeah, my pleasure. Anyone else? Okay. Well, Arnav, I don't know if you wanted to wrap up, but I think I'm good now, unless anyone else has anything. You're on mute, Arnav.
I think that's good. Thank you so much, Tammy, for a detailed overview of Jazz HR. And I'm pretty sure after this meeting, if someone has questions, they can always reach out to you. And I will also be sending a recording of this presentation to the members who could not make it, as well as a detailed overview of your previous email. And I think that would then be more helpful as well. So thanks a lot for taking out time to provide this overview today.
Excellent. Yeah, it was my pleasure. It's good speaking with you all. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you
Have
all.
a good day. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.